What's up, friends? I'm Nat. I know we're not friends yet. That's okay. You're here and I'm happy. I just want to tell you about the M experiment. I have been running this experiment on myself now for 30 days. And simply put, it's a framework for building a sustainable, meaningful, creative life. Why? I wanted to find a way for creativity and responsibility to coexist. And so if you find yourself working, being an amazing mom, being an amazing partner, just being an amazing you, and still not having time to nurture those quiet longings that are inside of you, those passion projects, whatever it may be, the M experiment is for you. The M experiment is a creative operating system for building a life where work and art can actually live together. It offers a simple rhythm, I feel like, to help you stay grounded, creative, and financially steady without burning out. The M experiment is built on 5 truths. These are pillars, and these pillars are accessed within 5 rhythms. So that's daily moving, weekly making, monthly meaning, quarterly mastery, and yearly monetization. And my hope is that it produces clarity without pressure, stability without burnout, meaning without performance, vitality, and mastery without isolation. Listen, if you're interested in joining me on this experiment, I want to share a little bit more about my thoughts around the 5 pillars that exist within this experiment. And when I say it's experiment, it's literally, it's only 30 days old. I'm still figuring it out. I'm still shaping and molding it. But as we dive into the 5 pillars, I always want to start with meaning. Meaning is really the practice of living your identity, living the truth of who you are, not only in the work that you choose, but in the way that you love, in the labor that you refuse, and the truth that you keep returning to again and again. On the M experiment, the goal is to reflect. Have I truly lived a meaningful life? Not just a life that looked meaningful on the outside, but one that felt meaningful when nobody else was watching. The second pillar is moving. We move because I believe the body is our greatest collaborator. It's how we affirm that. When we move with regularity, we refuse the lie that the body is an inconvenience to our ambition. We insist that the body is a part of our creative system. It is the foundation. A body ignored becomes an obstacle. A body nurtured becomes a collaborator. And if we want our creativity to last, then the body must not be used up in the making of it. How I challenge myself is simply, am I moving my body every day for at least 30 minutes? The next pillar is making. It's one of my favorite pillars because I just want to make things without all the extra shit. In the M experiment, I challenge myself to just make one small thing a week, not for performance or even mastery, but simply so I can stay interested in my life and keep that internal fire alive, right? Through experimentation, through repetition, not through completion, but through trial and error. And so I make one small thing a week, no pressure. And then there is mastery. I decided that once a quarter, I'm going to choose one craft to simply master. Mastery is about longevity, right? It is the practice that makes longevity possible. I wanted to see what happened when I really just decided to master one thing for at least 3 months, to open up that space of this sustained effort to honest feedback so I could see if my skills could deepen. When you locked into the work tells the truth, you know? Longevity is the reward for those who refuse to abandon their work or themselves too soon. So the last pillar is monetization. I've said this before, struggle is not a strategy. I decided that, man, at the top of the year, I'm gonna choose one source of income that can meet my basic needs. So I'm not scrambling throughout the year, and I'm giving support to my creative life by simply having a stable source of income in an economy like this. Monetization is not only about maximizing income, it's about minimizing the fear that comes with panic when you don't have enough to meet your basic needs. So don't for a second think that you have to choose between work and dreaming. This is why I made the M experiment, so that creativity and responsibility can coexist. And you can work to fund your dream and to emotionally fund it, to create the emotional space, to do the things that you want to do. Somewhere along the way, I think we learned to become who the world needed us to be before we ever learned how to stay who we already are. Who you are at the core when nobody needs anything from you. And that's what the M experiment is. It's really not to help myself perform better or help you perform better. It's to help us remember who we were before the performance ever started. To create space for the truest forms of us to exist and have room to breathe and to expand and to grow. And so the M experiment is an invitation to incorporate these 5 simple rhythms of daily moving, weekly making, monthly meeting, quarterly mastery, yearly monetization into your life. There is a beginner's guide for free in the description. Download it. Let's walk through it together.